Thank you, David. Trey Gowdy joins us, host of Sunday Night in America. Trey, good morning to you. Give us your top line note on this today. What do you think is on the line? How will the justices receive these arguments?
Well, it's going to come down to that majestically vague phrase, subject to the jurisdiction thereof. But if you look at the dissent in the Wong Kim Ark case, which is the 1898 case that everyone is citing, even the dissenters said Congress should probably fix this, not the executive branch. So it could be the Supreme Court agrees that we're not birthright citizenship, but Congress needs to set the parameters. I mean, if you think about it for a second, Bill, you should not become a citizen based on whether or not your plane lands on time. If you're flying from London to the U.S. and you're expecting, I mean, honestly, it depends on whether or not your plane takes off, whether your child's a U.S. citizen or not. It's got to be more than that, but Congress has to set it, I think, and not the executive.
Elena Kagan is one of the justices that will be hearing this today. And in 2022, she was talking about this idea that a lower court could do a national injunction. She didn't like it so much. Watch.
And it just can't be right that one district judge can stop a nationwide policy in its tracks and leave it stopped for the years that it takes to go through a normal process.
Okay, so you have a court now that is a conservative-leaning court, but you also have Elena Kagan having said that in 2022. Is this one of those occasions where you might actually get broader agreement by the Supreme Court?
I hope so. I mean, it's not lost on me that Joe Biden was the president when she said that, and she was tired of folks going to Texas to enjoin what he was doing. Dana, as you know, I don't mind being wrong, but I try to be consistent. It should not ebb and flow. Your view of nationwide injunction should not ebb and flow with who is in the White House. We need one standard. It literally makes no sense that one judge who can win with 50 votes and the vice president should be able to thwart or undo an executive agenda. But the subplot here is the legislative branch has really abdicated its role. If we were talking about congressional statutes, it'd be a much shorter conversation. But we're talking about executive action. So you have two things at play. Is there executive overreach and then the nationwide injunctions?
Okay, a couple of things here. There are presently, Trey, 677 U.S. District Court judgeships. That's a lot, okay? So the Wall Street Journal writes it up the following way. I think this is very interesting, okay? I'll hang on to one line in a moment here. The worry about completely ruling out universal injunctions is whether that would enable abuses of executive power. There is plenty for the justices to chew on here, but as a first bite, they at least could tell lower court judges to think harder about the relief any given case demands while reserving extraordinary injunctions for extraordinary situations. I think the last part, yeah, in a perfect world, you do that. But that line about abuse of executive power, how does that play with the 9 justices hearing this?
Yeah, I actually have a better remedy than the Wall Street Journal. I have 2 remedies. Number one, Congress needs to start doing its job. It is the weakest of the 3 branches by far right now. You could let the D.C. Court of Appeals, you could have original jurisdiction. I mean, Congress sets the jurisdiction for the courts. Congress tomorrow could say the D.C. Court of Appeals or the Supreme Court hears nationwide injunction appeals. It's Congress that sets jurisdiction. It's Congress that's allowed this to happen. Why not let the D.C. Court of Appeals handle all nationwide injunctions? It should not be some judge nobody's ever heard of in a district nobody can cite. Nobody intended that. But there are other remedies other than the one laid out by the Wall Street Journal.
Let's talk about one of those lower court judges, and that's in Wisconsin. And Judge Dugan, she's the one who was just indicted on 2 counts of helping an illegal immigrant escape before ICE custody, although ICE was able to catch up with him. There is a lot of support for her in Wisconsin. And at the courthouse we were shown earlier, people showing up there to try to protect her. But here's the thing. She will have a trial. It will happen July 21st. She pleaded not guilty, and they say that jury selection may take longer in this particular case, I guess possibly because of the publicity. But she pled not guilty. July 21, she will face a court. Your thoughts?
Yep. Well, I mean, she was indicted by her fellow citizens, so it's not just some cop that arrested her. She was indicted by her peers. She's entitled to a jury trial. You know, judicial immunity covers what you do in the courtroom. It doesn't cover robbing a bank. It doesn't cover aiding and abetting someone escaping capture. You cannot obstruct an investigation, whether you have on black or orange or any other color. So her black robe immunizes her from decisions made in her official capacity, but not saying, hey, take the back stairwell so you can avoid ICE agents. There's no defense for that.
Mm-hmm. Whew. So we'll go to trial. We'll see what comes of it. Trey, it's all fascinating to watch as this unfolds.
It is.
In your experience, do other judges draft on the actions and behaviors of their peers? Would we expect to see this in another courtroom, another part of America, do you think?
Not unless they like orange. No, judges do not make good inmates. They don't have enough money for their commissary account. So no, judges are not. They're going to look at the fact that she was indicted and say no thanks.
Well, we'll see.
Plus, there are plenty of ways to help someone.
Unless they want to make a statement, which this judge did.
Yeah. You know what? I'll make a statement on social media, not by being an inmate. There are lots of ways to make a statement. I'll fly a plane over the beach, but I'm not going to jail.
Good deal. Thank you, Trey.
Thank you.
More to come. Thanks for coming
Thank you
on.
all.
You bet.
Yes,
Thanks.
ma'am.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.